Every generation must face a moment of transition. The question is, will we fear it or will we embrace it with faith? Today, let's unpack the beauty of passing the baton. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back, bro, we're back. Oh, a blessed week indeed. Happy mind, family, my brothers and sisters. Welcome back to TERONE BRAYCE TV. Man, this is home. If you're new here, welcome, man. Welcome, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're tuning in from. Man, this is home. We're just out here, doing it from the heart, all for God's glory. Nothing missing, nothing broken. I hope you're doing good. I hope your weekend has been blessed. I know, family, it's nearly the end of the month, and sometimes, so much pressure, maybe from bills, maybe you're trying to reach targets and all so forth. But just remember that greater is He that is in you than the one who is in the world, and He can do all things, I mean all things, through Christ who strengthens you. Man, let's unpack. All right. I just want to take a few minutes to talk about something that's been floating around lately. There's been some talk, that Bishop T.D Jakes might be stepping down and passing the mantle to his daughter, Sarah Jakes Roberts. Now, I don't know all the facts, and honestly, that's not what I'm here for today. It's not about gossip, family. It's not about blabbering and just talking non-stop, no. Remember, this is about impact. This is about changing lives. This is about legacy. So I'm here to reflect with you, to draw lessons from the idea of transition, leadership, and what it means when seasons shift. First of all, we have to honor the incredible legacy of Bishop T.D Jakes.
The enemy is trying to make me make a decision, and I don't know what decision to make. God said, don't make any decision. Just stand still. You're not wrong. It's not time.
I remember one time the team were in Dubai, and things were not really moving well, in business, careers, and we randomly came across his book, Disruptive Thinking, and I'm telling you, we read it more than 2 times. It really shifted our mentality and how we think, and that because we're from Africa, and that's when we realized that sometimes it's not about the place. You might be in Dubai, you might be in America, you might be in any place on earth, and you still feel stuck. Not because the environment around you isn't flourishing or isn't, great, but because your mentality, you're stuck in your own hole, you're stuck in your own pit. So until you break free from the mind, your environment cannot be shifted. Imagine being in Dubai, that kind of environment, things are evolving in Dubai, so many developments there, but yet still mentally you feel like, oh my God, I still feel imprisoned. But disruptive thinking, it really shifted how we perceived some stuff. It really shifted how we thought about certain things, our beliefs, and it really paved the way for us to see that no matter where you are, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, change is possible, and you can do it not only for yourself, but even for the community where you're coming from, and you can still make impact no matter where you're placed. There's a leader in you can still make impact where you're planted. So once again, family, I want to honor the incredible legacy of Bishop T.D Jakes.
The Lord told me to tell you that you're coming into your harvest season. You're coming into your harvest season. And the reason you're so frustrated and the weeds seem so intolerable, weeds that you've been tolerating for years, are driving you crazy in this season. Weeds that you ignored in your past are driving you crazy at this moment. It's because you're closer to your harvest than you have ever been before. Somebody in this room that's been waiting on a harvest a long time, you ought to give God a harvest praise.
Who has preached truth, resilience, and hope for decades. But what makes him a great leader isn't just preaching powerful sermons. It's also recognizing when it's time to empower the next generation.
We're about to take it to the next level. that we are going to be a multiracial, multi-generational, interdenominational church of the living God.
You know, he's a man who's truly about empowering communities, especially those undermined, equalized communities. And if these rumors are true, then Bishop Jakes is not just handing over his ministry, he's planting a future. True greatness isn't about holding on forever.
Another man waters, but only God gives the increase.
True greatness is about knowing when to release it. Wisdom is not only in getting something and attaining it and keeping it, it's also knowing when you have to release it.
I think I planned it pretty
and then,
but I wanted to introduce to you
Sarah Jakes Roberts, a woman who has walked her own journey. She fought her own battles. You know Sarah's story, guys. You know, most of us have read it, we have watched it over and over again. She carries a unique oil, her own oil. And mind you, family, I think there's a lot of misconception and misunderstanding on this whole thing. I want you to know, guys, and of course you can also perceive and understand in your own way how you get it, how you see it. But from my point of view, Sarah Jakes Roberts isn't here to replace her father. She's here to fulfill her own assignment. She brings a fresh voice for a fresh generation, a generation that needs authenticity, vulnerability.
I've been a product of my trauma. I've been a product of my success. I've been a product of my hustle. I've been a product of the culture. I've been a product of everything else. I want to be a product of Jesus. I want people to marvel when they look at me because they see you shining through me. I want them to say she was untrained, she was uneducated, she didn't know what she was talking about, but I'm still marveling at her because for some kind of way, it looks like he speaks through her.
And this is not only about women evolved, you know, men are also evolving through a voice. Children, they are evolve, they are also evolving from her voice, from her ministry. Every mantle looks different. Same God, same spirit, but different expressions. And for all of us, there's a bigger picture here, you know. There's a bigger picture. This is the keynote for this video. There's a bigger picture for all of us. We have to honor those who paved the way. But don't be afraid to walk your own unique path in your family, in your community, in your bloodline, in your mother's or father's house. Honor those who've paved the way. You know, one of the life-transforming laws in life is the law of honor. You know, Dr. Mike Murdock, he puts it this way, that the law of honor is one of the big keys to achieve success and God's favor, because you're emphasizing the importance of recognizing, not only recognizing, but you're also celebrating and rewarding the unique difference in other people. That distinctiveness factor. You know, we're different, right? But because we're different doesn't mean we don't have to be united. We can still be different and be united. Of course, whilst we honor those who've paved the way, those who have gone before us, we don't have to be afraid to walk our own unique path. It's not about competition, you know, like, you know, I want to be better than my father, I can do better, you know, this, I can do better than my mama, you know. No. We still love them, we still honor them, but we're also bold enough and sensitive enough and intentional enough to walk in our own unique path. That's number one, honor. Number two, transitions are not endings, they are beginnings. So don't be afraid when a new and old season ends and a new season is emerging. New beginnings are essential in life. We cannot be stuck in the old. New season has to come. There has to be a new dawn. Behold, the Lord is doing a new thing. The Bible says all things have come and new things have passed away. Then number three, God can never run out of vessels. So make sure that you give God your yes when it's due. And stay ready, you know. Stay ready. It just moves oil to fresh wineskins. It doesn't mean that, you know, the old oil is invalid. No. The old oil is still valid in its own wineskin. But when it comes to new oil, it has to be in fresh wineskins. Number 4, which is the last thing, be faithful in your season, family. You have to be faithful in your season. You start small. You start small. Be faithful in your season. In the beginning, in the middle of it, in the end. Be faithful in your season and be intentional enough to follow through instructions that God is giving you per season. Sometimes, instructions change. The instruction from the first season is not the same that you will be still needing in the middle. Sometimes it's not also these instructions you will be needing in the end, right? So you have to be sensitive enough to listen to the voice of the Spirit, like how is He leading you? Because remember, He's the leader, right? He's the leader. He's the one who's on the front row. He's the one who's taking the driver's seat and the passenger. So we have to trust His timing. We have to trust His leading, right? Like what Stephanie Popopa says, she said, be careful of opportunities in your life that try to exalt your gift and demote the voice of God. So when you're faithful in your season, sometimes opportunities definitely they come. Some they are from God, some they are destruction from Satan. So you just have to make sure that the voice of the Lord is still loud enough in every season, right? So that you don't be tempted by the devil to go after what looks like God, but it's not God, it's the devil trying to exalt himself in your gift. Never be a slave to your gifts. Never be a slave in any season of your life. Because sometimes, the shift doesn't come when you're ready. It comes when heaven sees you already. Don't fear transition, family. Don't fight seasons of change. Trust the God who orchestrates every shift of His glory. In closing, family. Yes, family, thank you for tuning in. You've come to the end of the show. So, family, hear me out. Whether this handover happens today, whether it happens tomorrow or 10 years from now, the lesson remains, okay? When your season comes, step up with humility, serve boldly, love deeply, lead with grace. I bless you all. I bless Bishop T.D Jakes. I bless Pastor Sarah, Pastor Terone Roberts. Let us all recognize the timing of God over our lives and let us walk in it without fear. The baton is in good hands. Yay! And guess what? One day, so will yours be. This is TERONE BRAYCE TV. I'm out.